How you guys doing today?
Good morning.
Morning, morning. What we got going on today?
Retirement income planning.
That's everyone's favorite topic.
Love that topic.
I think it's dreaded by most, but
Embraced by
By
us
us.
three.
yeah. So, one of the things in retirement income planning that comes up is got to make ends meet. So, you need to have enough income. And then the other thing is that you need to make sure that you're not running out of income if you experience longevity and you live a long age. So running out of money is a major concern for a lot of retirees. And but you want to have your cake and eat it too, because you still got to live and you don't want to worry about dying with a lot of money, unless that's one of your objectives, to create a legacy or a particular inheritance that you've identified for your heirs. So back in the 90s, a gentleman named by the name of Bill Bengen, I think I'm pronouncing his name right, had published an article in the Journal of Financial Planning where he talks about the safe withdrawal rate, which is 4%. And so they ran all these different scenarios and back tested if you had a portfolio of 60% equities and 40% bonds, what amount of money from that portfolio could you take per year without a major risk of running out of money before you die? And so that amount was 4%. And so if you are a retiree and you're looking at $6,000 of monthly expenses for your guaranteed expense or your fixed expenses, and you have about $4,500 of Social Security income. Say you have a higher earner is getting about $3,000, and then the spouse can at least take 50% of whatever the higher income earner spouse is, or their benefit, whichever is higher. So let's just say there's no spouse, they'll take the spousal benefit. So they have $4,500 a month from Social Security income with no pension. And so that leaves us a gap of about $1,500 a month or $18,000 per year.
Mm-hmm.
If you were going to use a 4% withdrawal rate from your 60/40 portfolio, you'd need to have about $450,000 to come up with that monthly income.
Right.
So there is a way where you can actually create a personal pension for yourself where you might be able to get a little bit higher of a payout rate, something like 7%, and it's guaranteed. And you can pick options on it, either at life for your life and a spouse, for your life and a period certain, say 20 years, or life with a cash refund. It depends on what the particular options are. But those are some of the really popular ones that are available. If you're a single person, life only works.
Yeah, right.
If you're a married person, joint life is a good option. And if you're a person who wants to leave some benefit to your heirs, maybe the life with a period certain, kind of hedging your bets a little bit, might be a good option. But the way that this would work is you would take a lump sum payment, and then now this money is now not any of your investment assets, and you trade your cash for a stream of payments. And
An annuity
so
stream. Okay.
yeah, so instead of this, say it's a 7% withdrawal rate, instead of needing to have $450,000, you can now accomplish this goal with about $257,000
Mm.
at a 7% withdrawal rate. So $450,000 gets you $18,000 of annual income, or $257,000 get you $18,000 of income.
Oh, right, right. And
Whichever
there's factors better or worse, right? That's the retiree in question taking a gamble. And then your trade-off there, right, is, hey, annuity company, I want you to take the risk. I want you to make the payments, but I'm also taking risk in the fact that maybe I only have X now. Like if you do have heirs, right? Maybe you only put 250 in and you did a life only annuity, but you don't have that portfolio left over to sustain. So pros and cons. I think there is a big difference in your relationship status as your retiree and your needs and your dependents and your goals. But it certainly is a suitable option to transfer that risk to an annuity company and get solid streams of payment.
Yeah. So you're trading your portfolio risk to an insurer, and you're going to have longevity. Your risk is that you don't live a long time.
Yeah, right.
And so this is a really good option. Maybe not take your entire portfolio for it, but if you needed to fill a gap between what your other sources of income are and what your expenses are, to meet your guaranteed expenses, or your fixed expenses, to make sure that you're going to be able to pay them without any fear of any market risk. And assuming that you're going to live a long time, the longer you live, the better this works. And again, you are trading what your portfolio is or what your assets are for income. So when you die, or when you and your spouse dies, if it's a joint life, then there's nothing left after that. So it's not particularly a good option for leaving an inheritance, but it is a great way to increase your income during retirement. And
Essentially.
yeah, I mean, it's a good way to increase your income during retirement that can, make it allow you to stretch your dollar.
Yeah.
Stretch your dollar. And that's the key word there is, you go from a 4% safe withdrawal rate to 7%. But why would the insurance company do that, right? Why are they giving you more money than what we say is safe in retirement? And it's basically because you're giving out that cash, that portfolio to the insurance company. They're going to guarantee that stream, but they're going to invest that money elsewhere, right? So they're going to try and get a higher growth rate than what they're paying out for you potentially. And because they have a much bigger pool of clients, it's not just you, they can spread that risk out a little bit and be profitable with it. But you are giving up your ability to make money on that money in the future.
Right.
I think the real way that they're making the money is through the actuarial science, where
there's these actuaries behind the scenes that are essentially betting on people's lives for better or worse and their longevity, which it's an interesting game in today's world because the life expectancy goes up slowly. But I don't know if you feel this way in real life. It's either like people are really living really high or really like dying early, depending on health stuff. There's obviously exceptions to that, but I think your bottom and your top are very different than the averages comprise. So the actuarial science that'll separate good companies from bad companies too, which you can get in their ratings.
Yeah, and so they're just hedging their bets for, hey, some people are going to live longer than others, and they have it down statistically. Might not be you, but they're all folks.
It's twisted when you think about it. Hey, let's pay these people. Because they're large insurance companies. Let's pay these insurance companies hundreds of millions of dollars to just bet on people's life expectancy. But hey, it could really benefit you.
Hey, if you're healthy and you're going to live a long time, if you have longevity in your family and your behavior is such that you're eating right and you're exercising and doing all the right things, and you're going to live a long time, this would be a great option to help stretch your dollar and get you more cash so you can do the things that you want to do.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about the market.
Yeah.
So, and it's best for clients I've found where they have you're not putting all of your assets in there because you still want some portfolio, something invested in a 60/40, or maybe because you're doing this, you can be a little bit more aggressive with the money that's outside of an annuity and be a little bit more equity heavy than the bond heavy, like a traditional retiree. But it works because you're then able to take care of your needs. That's coming in with a guaranteed stream of income between Social Security, the annuity, and then your other portfolio is there to grow and be used for discretionary expenses. And you're not so focused on the day-to-day movement of it because you have this safety net.
Yeah.
Guaranteed income.
It's a good way to explain it.
It's definitely a part of an income plan.
Not the income plan.
Yeah, not the only income plan, because inflation's a concern as well. And and like you say, being a little bit more aggressive in your investment portfolio will hopefully allow you to, keep up with inflation.
Yeah. Well, hey, Skylar, you started off the call referencing the Journal of Financial Planning. I just wanted to know if you think Bailey caught that article.
It came out in the 90s, so
Oh, okay. Okay.
it depends.
A little before her
Way to
time.
circle back. That was some light nighttime reading the other day. She wanted mommy's fairy tale book. So that's a good way to round it out there for
That's
everybody.
lovely.
Yeah, so beautiful.
All right. It's good
Thank
seeing
you
you guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys.